Hey, I'll jump in there, Christian. David Newton here. Tell me a little bit about when you're coming back from a game like yesterday and you have a short week. What's kind of your process of getting your body ready? I know they said you started that process last night. Kind of walk us through that.
Yeah, obviously short week, really important that you get your body back, and really you just whatever you would do in a full week, you got to condense that into the short amount of time you have. So everything I would do during a normal, Sunday to Sunday 7 day week, the window's tighter to do that. So you have to double up on some days on treatments and on different, the pool work and the contrast and all that stuff. So really it's all day, every day, just getting right for Thursday.
Example of a few things you have to do specifically, like, when you say double up, what those are.
I think just the treatments are longer. If you're going to do an hour-long treatment or hour-long chiropractic session, whatever you're going to do, it's turns into 2 hours, and it starts earlier, and you kind of go all the way up till the game.
We'll go to Scott Fowler with the next question.
Thanks. Christian, can you tell us a little bit yesterday about leaving briefly with cramps? I can't remember you. I don't feel like that's happened to you before. What you just sort of describe what happened?
Yeah, honestly, I just had like some onset cramps. Like I wasn't fully cramping or anything, and we just thought it's best just to cautionary go in there and pluck a couple IVs into me just in case, so we can roll for the fourth quarter. So we did that really quickly. Tried to do it right at the end of the third, so we can make it back for the fourth. So it's really what we did.
Has that ever happened to you in a Panthers game before?
Yeah, you guys don't know about it, but yeah.
Sounds good. We'll go to Will with the next one, and then Darren Gant.
Just kind of piggybacking off that, Christian, how common is that early in the season with the Heat, or is that something that was kind of novel to you, or do you attribute that just to, having not played back-to-back weeks in a long time?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the answer. I don't know the reasons. It's just one of those things that you just got to try to prevent every week. So I just got to do a better job of taking care of it during the week.
And what adjustments, if any, do you think you guys will make after the way the run game looked this past weekend? I know that running the ball was a bit of a slog this weekend.
Yeah, you always got to make adjustments, good or bad. So we'll get back to the drawing board and just got to play better team football. That's all.
Christian, when you were running down the things you do to try to get yourself ready, you mentioned contrast. What are contrasts?
I just mean like the hot tub and the cold tub and all that stuff.
Are there any other things that are novel or different that you do, when you're trying to jam that recovery time into a short week?
No, I wouldn't say there's anything different. It's just, like I said, everything's multiplied.
Go to JB with the next one, followed by Jonathan Alexander.
Hey, Christian, JB here from Spectrum News One. Appreciate you taking out the time. I got a two-part question for you. The first part is that, you guys haven't had a 2-0 start to the season in a while. You haven't had those type of winning vibes this early in the season in that locker room for a few years. Can you just describe from your end what the energy is like right now? I mean, I know it's still early in the season, but, having 2 wins under your belt going into week 3 has got to feel a whole lot better than the latter, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, you're exactly right. I think the energy is great in the locker room, but I think we also have a very mature team. I know we're young, but we're very mature, and I think you can see it in guys' faces and just in their attitudes and the way they approach each day that we're definitely not comfortable, and I think that's a big key. Just because you're 2-0 doesn't mean that you still got 15 more games left. So. It's just important for us to take it one at a time, one day at a time, and continue to get better. That's really what it's all about. The wins will come. We know what we can do, but it takes a lot to get to where we want to be, and we're definitely not where we want to be yet. So that's the exciting part, and obviously it's exciting to know that being 2-0. But I like our attitude. I think it's important we maintain that attitude of, not getting comfortable, not getting complacent, and continuing just to put one foot in front of the other.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And I got the second part of my question, Sam Darnold, the headline surrounding him being the new quarterback of this team. How are you guys flowing, with his direction right now? Mainly his leadership off the field.
He's been great. He's been the same guy since he's came here. Obviously, you can see what he can do on the field, but it's just nice having a leader in the huddle who can step up, make big plays when you need him. He's accountable, reliable, and he's a guy that, demands greatness from all of us. And so we're lucky to have him as our quarterback.
I appreciate you.
Hey, Christian, Jonathan Alexander, Charlotte Observer. You may have answered this perhaps with your last question, but I was just curious, like what this team had that perhaps last year's team, didn't have, that allows you all to be successful right now.
Yeah, I never like comparing. I'll just speak for this team, but this team, I think we're very resilient, and I think we have as I kind of told JB, although we're young, I like our maturity, and I like our attitude in practice, our attitude in the meetings, and our constant strive just to get better. That's what it's all about, Obviously, you want to win all the games, but it's also important that you work on getting better, whether you win or you lose. So when we go in and win a game, it's important that we approach it the same as if we lost the game. And we're highly critical of ourselves and hard on ourselves and don't get complacent. And I like that that's what this team has.
All right, we got time for a few more. Let's go to Brett Jensen, followed by Will Pelagic.
Thanks, Christian. I'm curious. I know the standard answer is a lot of times that players don't care, when they play, although, like when their bye comes or whatever, although some coaches will say they prefer the bye in the middle of the season as opposed to the end or in the very beginning. And it's not a secret that players generally don't like the quick turnaround from a Sunday to a Thursday. But in a weird way, is it almost better that you're getting it out of the way in week 3 because everyone's pretty much healthy as opposed to maybe week 9 or week 10 where everyone's got a lot of nicks and dings?
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I think it just all depends. There's definitely the negatives of a quick turnaround. You have to fit a full week's install and full week of meetings in a short amount of time. But at the same time, on the back end, you get more days off for the next game. So it has its perks as well. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We got to just roll with the punches and whatever the week asks of us, we just got to dominate the week and go and ready to play ball on Thursday.
Christian, does the reward of the mini bye outweigh, the grueling nature that is the short week turnaround, just based off your experience?
I think it all depends. To me, it doesn't matter. It is like I said, it is what it is. You just got to focus on the same stuff you always focus on: taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, and then getting in the installs and making sure you master the game plan so that you can go play fast.